Sports presents coverage of high school football. Tonight, a Friday night battle in the Northwest Suburban Conference as the Irondale Knights come to Brooklyn Park to take on the Champlin Park Rebels. Hello and welcome to Champlin Park High School on homecoming night. For the Rebels, Sean Jacobson along with Bill Hunstock and Allie Arlt tonight. And Bill, Champlin Park coming in with a 2-3 record, 3-6 a year ago. They've been down for the last couple of seasons, hoping to get back to 500 tonight against a winless Knights team.
Well, they really have their hopes up tonight. The Knights are kind of disorganized because of injuries, and they really haven't played the same group of 11 guys offensively and defensively in any 2 consecutive games. They've got some athletes, which can hurt you, but Champlin Park should be looking for a victory tonight.
Irondale, as mentioned, 0-5, and as Bill alluded to, they've had a slew of injuries to start the season. Ben Fuller's a first-year head coach. Said, you know, the top 11, we got some good guys, but we lack the depth that you really need, especially in this conference. They've moved up from the North Suburban to the Northwest Suburban, playing against, for the most part, larger high schools with more enrollments, more kids, and so that's been a tough start for them.
Exactly, and you can't afford to lose your 2 or 3 best players in this kind of competition. It just doesn't work, and you're always regrouping, and it's really hard to put together any consistency for a first-year staff to lose players and then to have to try to develop consistency. It's just such an uphill battle that it's almost impossible. They've got to find the positives. Ben Fuller, and talking with him, he's finding the positives. It's just there's not enough of them compared to what's gone wrong.
Champlin Park certainly had a few injuries as well. They've lost their best defensive player of the year, Jack Darnell, to an ankle injury against Maple Grove. So they've had to regroup a little bit, especially on that side of the ball. Let's look at our key players tonight. We'll start with Irondale and start with one of their defensive players. They feel defense has really been the stronger part of their game so far. Isaac Ackerman's been very good along the defensive line.
Yeah, and defensive line is going to be really key tonight. I think there's going to be a little bit more running because of the weather situation. It's cooler. It's about 40 degrees, 43 degrees. It's very windy. So I think the running game is going to be a much more important factor, which means Ackerman, is going to have to be quick off the block. He's going to have to be able to move into the gaps and play that and take up some space so that the linebackers can move around. He's had 11 tackles for loss from a defensive line position. That means he's a very active player.
Talk about the running game, and that plays well into Champlin Park's strength on offense. Senior running back Detrice Mosomo, one of the better backs in the Northwest Suburban. He's had a good year so far.
He's had a very good year. I think one of the key factors for Detrice Mosomo is that he has had 7 touchdowns in 5 games. So he's scoring more than 1 touchdown a game, which means he's a key part of the offense, and that means that they will build off of him. We know that Mike Corton's offense, they like to be balanced, they like to throw the ball around a little bit, but I think they're really going to try to build their running game tonight, find out what Irondale's defense can do, and then really go after them with multiple formations and multiple forms of attack.
Irondale looking to get a win. Champlin Park looking to go to 3-3 on the season. We'll take time out and come back and kick this one off. Irondale, Champlin Park Prep Football on Channel 12 after this.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
John Jacobson, Bill Hunstock back with you tonight at Champlin Park High School. Let's go to the sideline, and our reporter there tonight, Allie Arlt.
Thanks, John. You know, fall football has finally hit Friday night lights here in Minnesota. A stark contrast from 80 degrees last Friday. So how's tonight going to pan out? For Champlin Park, I talked with Coach Corton right before the game, and, you know, he expressed a little bit of concern about this weather, noting that the wind is not up or downfield, but rather crossfield, meaning there is no advantage or disadvantage with the ball in tonight's game, with the wind being a big factor. Now, on the other side, we talked with Coach Fuller for Irondale, and he acknowledged that his team has really kind of been struggling this year at 0-4. He told me he sat down the guys yesterday and said, you know what, guys, we're the underdog and we need to embrace it. Embrace being the underdog. Champlin Park thinks they're going to come in here and roll us. You know what? Let's prove them wrong. Should be interesting, guys. Chilly down here. Hopefully you're staying warm up there. I know I'll be trying to.
All right, thanks very much, Allie. Yeah, well, it's not heated here in the press box. We're definitely out of the wind, and I think, as you mentioned, more than the cold, kids can adjust to that, but the wind definitely is going to play a factor in the game tonight.
Yeah.
You can see it right on the opening kickoff, having to hold the opening kick here for Dan Branger. Nick Hayes will do the holding, and we are underway as Irondale receiving. It is Fatah Malone on the kickoff return. He's out past the 20-yard line and spins out to the 22, and that's where the Knights will take over to start tonight's game. Their starting quarterback this year is Jake Moen. He's come in and replaced Nick Nelson. Moen, the full-time starter now. Had a good game last week that Ben Fuller said against Armstrong, and looking to get more out of him and the offense tonight. That's been their part that they've really struggled in so far this season, has been offensive side of the football. So out of the shotgun to start for Irondale. They'll run a lot of that. Lone back is Victor James. And mowing the handoff. James will get across the 25 to the 27. And a good 4-yard gain to start play for the Knights.
I think, like we said in the pregame, John, that the running game is going to be important for both of these teams. I think for different reasons. I think it's going to be important for Irondale tonight to establish a running game, which they have not really been able to do consistently in their previous 5 games.
Second down and 5. 2 receivers to either side for the Knights. Hand off again, and a good run up the middle across the 35-yard line, and a first down and a gain of 7 for James. The guy that hasn't been able to be healthy much of this season, but really has some good talent.
In talking with Mike Corton, he feels that this Victor James can be a real factor in the game tonight because he is 5'11", 215 pounds. He's got very powerful legs. You can see the size of his legs.
Pitch goes to the right. First carry tonight for Scott Black, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. Looks like he lost a little bit of yardage. And there's a look at Ben Fuller, first-year head coach. Spent 10 years at Highland Park as an assistant, Bill, and Highland Park graduate in St. Paul.
Yep, and Highland Park's had a pretty consistent program over the last 10, 12 years. And Ben was a key feature in that program for a lot of reasons.
On second down and 10, they give it to James, and he is tackled from behind. Trevor Long, senior linebacker and co-captain of this team, comes up and makes the stop after a gain of maybe a yard, and it'll be third down and still close to 10.
So you can see Trevor Long coming in and getting a good wrap up on Victor James before he gets going. So here's the third and long. This is the kind of situation that team like Irondale, nobody likes this, but this is a situation that a team like Irondale really has struggled with this year.
Dropping back, and we get a flag down. Looks like perhaps their receiver on the right side had left early, Bill, before the snap, and I think that's what's going to be whistled against the Knights.
So now they've compounded their third and long with a 5-yard penalty to go to 3rd and 15.
Line of scrimmage at 30 for the Knights. They have 1 first down on this drive. And on 3rd and 15, big rush with a screen pass to James. 35, 40, has a first, close to a first down. Looks like he's tripped up just a little bit short of it. It'll be close.
Pretty good spot.
They gave him a very nice spot, and he may have the first down where they mark him.
This is a pretty nice little screen pass off the fake of the jet sweep. Good blocking downfield. You can see there's a nice seam opened up for Victor James, and he got a good tumble forward right at the end of the run here, right there, to get the spot.
Tackled by Danny Fulton, senior linebacker. It is a gain of 15 and a first down. Give us to Black. Had the ball to midfield. Fumbled that. Champlin Park recovers.
And that's been the primary bugaboo for the Irondale offense this year, has been turnovers.
Melvin Joyce, I believe, on the recovery here. As the ball was
popped loose
by Jacob Heil. Joyce ends up with it, and ball 1st and 10 for the Rebels at the 49.
So that's and that's really a crippler, is when you're turning the ball over. If they move the ball, they got a couple of first downs, and you turn the ball over, and that just is a very big deflator for your offense.
Look at the Rebels starting offense is Max Biegert will start at quarterback. We were told it was going to be Harrison Jones, but it's Biegert getting the call, and a first down pass to Marty Hill, who's got a first down at the Irondale 38, a gain of 13. Hill has been the leading receiver for the Rebels so far this season, and gets the catch on the first offensive play of the night for the Rebels. From Marty Hill, his 27th reception of the season. From the 37, Biegert to go the other way. There's Hill again. First down and more down the left sideline, 20, and can't stay in bounds, but does get all the way down inside the 10, down to the 6. Bill, it's a gain of 31.
This is a big quick screen here. Little bubble screen, gets a couple of good blocks by the other wide receivers, and then just outruns everybody down the sideline to get down inside the 10-yard line.
So 1st and goal from the 6, 2 pass completions. Max Biegert to Marty Hill. 1st and goal, Rebels from the 6 of Irondale. Ball on the left hash. Hill going in motion. And the first handoff of the night to this is Banger, and gets to the 5-yard line. Dan Branger gets a yard, and it's 2nd and goal from there. Good pursuit by Tony Sylvester, and makes the tackle on Branger after a very short gain.
Pretty well played. The play spilled to the outside, and Branger got the defender got a really nice angle to make that play.
Give to him again, breaks off a would-be tackler and pops into the end zone for a touchdown.
Nice second effort by the running back Dan Branger to get it in the end zone. Looked like he had was stopped right there in the backfield, and broke a tackle, made a nice move to avoid a shot, and gets into the end zone. Right here we see the handoff over the left guard. Bangs in there right there. Nice block right there at the point of attack, and on into the end zone.
Branger is also the kicker. He's on to add the extra point here out of the hold of Biegert. Kick is down, it is up, and it is through. And with 7 minutes and 59 seconds left in the first quarter, it's 7-0 Champlin Park.
Here's another look at the touchdown, and you'll see that the good block right there, and a good block on the linebacker coming in to fill, to make sure that the hole was open to get Dan Branger into the end zone. So that was a very, very nicely executed play. Well done, and nicely run by Branger.
So Irondale, again, hurt by turnovers. There's one thing that's hurt them. They turn the ball over, and 4 plays later, Champlin Park into the end zone, and a short field, 51 yards on that drive.
And that's what Ben Fuller told us during the week, and that turnovers had really killed them. They'd given up a lot of points on short field. They feel like their defense is okay, but you can't consistently give up the short field. We see that at every level, whether it's high school or college or in the NFL. If you give the ball to your opponents they're going to hurt you with it.
Hayes is going to hold again for Branger on the kick here. Second kick of the game. It's off Malone's hands and into the end zone. It's a touchback. So Irondale will start this drive from the 20-yard line. Irondale's first drive build ends in a turnover, but a couple of nice runs early. They get the long 3rd and 15 completion for the first down. So you got to build on the positives when you're 0-5, right?
You have to, and you know, even on the play that the ball was fumbled on, Scott Black had a nice gain on the play. It was a 6-7 yard gain. Nothing wrong with that, but you got to take care of the rock. That jewel is very important to your offense.
Rebels showing blitz. Moan. Quick throw to the right off the hands of Black and incomplete. Coverage by Alex Zeze, the senior cornerback. As we look at it again.
Here we take a good look, and here's another version of the bubble screen. The ball slips through Scott Black's fingers. First night of being really cold and uncomfortable. You got to get used to, your hands have to get used to the ball being a little bit harder and a little bit tougher to handle.
3 receivers to the right to give to James in the handoff, and he'll gain 4 to the 24-yard line. Tackle by Jacob Heil again. Second tackle of the game. It'll be 3rd down and 6. You're right back to the line of scrimmage, and on 3rd down, the throw to the right is tipped and almost intercepted by Zeze. Out of the hands of the intended receiver and right to Zeze, who couldn't hang on.
And that was really close to being an interception, and Monaco Real had a good opportunity to catch that ball, and if he'd have caught that with the defensive back cutting in front to try to make the play, he would have turned and gone another 10 or 12 yards, easily had a first down. So far the game is hinged on a couple of really tight plays, the loss of the fumble and a drop pass.
Moen is also the punter. He gets his first punt away of the night and goes for just 28 yards down at the Champlin Park 48-yard line.
You know, like Ali said, the wind is kind of coming across the field, but it's coming across the field from the northwest corner towards the southeast corner of the field, and it's pretty brisk. Wind pretty well knocked that punt down. You can see there the flag is just straight out, and it's overcast, a little bit chilly. Seems like October football weather.
Right. Good thing we're in October then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right about the same spot they started the first series. Handoff goes to Branger. He's into Irondale territory and down to the 43-yard line, and it looks like he's got a first down, Bill.
Yep, that's a nice gain of about 11 yards. First down. Irondale's got to pick up their defensive intensity a step here. They've got to be able to get after things. They've got to be better tacklers. Have to wrap people up.
He's swinging out left side. Very similar to that first series. Branger this time instead of Hill on the reception. Martiello had 2 catches on that first drive and a good first down pickup again, Bill. Here's 6 yards.
Yep. When you're getting a good shot, there's a good look at head coach Mike Corton in his 11th year here at Champlin Park. Done a very good job. He's got a good program here at Champlin Park. As we said earlier, they've kind of stumbled a little bit the last couple of seasons, but they've got the makings of a good team and a good program here.
On second down, they swing it right side. This is Harrison Jones. Jones, who also will play some quarterback, but they move him around the field a lot, Bill. He's got good speed, a good offensive weapon, and he gets yardage here down to the 27-yard line.
Again, another bubble-type screen to the wide receiver. And Mike Horton did tell us that of the two quarterbacks, Biegert and Harrison, that Harrison Jones has the better wheels. And if you got a guy with good wheels, you want him on the field as much as you can. Three receivers to the left.
Biegert fakes the pitch. He'll keep it himself. Biegert inside the 10-yard line down to the 5 and knocked out of bounds at the 4. Gain of 24, and it'll be first and goal.
Here we see Biegert does a nice job of making an eye fake. He actually fools two different guys. And takes the ball all the way down inside the 5-yard line to the 3.
Irondale will take a timeout here, Bill.
Yes. Probably a good idea. You don't like to take a timeout too early in the game, particularly obviously in the first quarter, but you got to get your defense together. They've had a couple of not real good technique plays right there on that play by a couple of people. You got to keep your feet. You've got to go after things.
The Northwest Suburban Conference grew to 14 teams this year. Champlin Park is part of the Northwest Suburban Conference North. Elk River 4-0, leading the conference. They've got a crossover game tonight at Totino Grace and Centennial and Blaine at 3-1, and Champlin Park at 2-2. Andover winless so far this season. And in the South Division of the Northwest Suburban, not as many conference games here. Park Center not playing really a full conference schedule at all. They're playing a crossover game tonight. They've got, take it back, they're playing a conference game tonight against Spring Lake Park, but a little bit more mixed up there on the south side. Is not everybody playing the same number of games. Biegert fumbles the football, stripped away and taken by Irondale. Isaiah Walker stripped it, got the fumble recovery, and Irondale gets a big break to get the ball to the 3-yard line. I guess it was a good timeout, Bill.
When you get that kind of a result from a timeout, you always think it's good. So we get a good look here at the handling the ball. Biegert tried to take it out of the pocket of the running back and never really got his balance and was stripped of the ball right there at the 4. And number 25, Isaiah Walker, trying to get out of the end zone. That's a tough one.
From his own end zone, the throw, and it sails and it's long. And intended receiver is Scott Bow. Excuse me, it's
Matt Jarrett.
Matt Jarrett. He's a receiver they really like, and it's been a good receiver for them this year.
Yes.
215-pound senior.
And I like that. I like that play from deep in your own zone. I think the one thing you want to do is you want to let the defense know we're going to try to score no matter where we are. We're not going to try to punch it out.
Give to Victor James. He'll get a couple of yards to the 5. Will bring up 3rd down and 8 to go for the Knights.
In this instance, you've thrown the ball deep, not successfully, but I think that's a good stretch of the defense. Now you're coming back with your best running back. I think a good run action pass right now. If you can hold the linebackers with a run action pass, you got a chance of hitting like a dig or a slant or something like that.
And pressure on Moen, gets the completion and a nice open field tackle. Deontay Bronson coming up and tackling Alex Kellner after the catch. A gain of 3, but an immediate tackle by Bronson.
Yeah, Bronson does a nice job of making that open field tackle on the receiver Kellner, and Irondale stifled again. However, they didn't give up a score.
Moen from his end zone to punt it away. It'll take a couple of Irondale bounces, but still be very good field position for the Rebels. They'll have a 1st and 10 at the Irondale 37.
So Champlin Park now has started with the ball at midfield at the 49, 48-yard line twice, and now they're getting the ball in pretty good field position inside the Irondale zone. It's very tough to play defense in your own zone all night. It changes how the offense looks at things. Offense has become a little more aggressive in this part of the field, and defenses, I think, have to respond with a level of aggressiveness themselves.
Three receivers to the right. Biegert in the shotgun. Rolls that way, looking downfield. Now steps up, throws, and gets his completion to the 25-yard line. And a pickup of 12-yard line and a first down to Scott Bowe. Tackled on the play by Jordan Brenny.
Good job by the quarterback Biegert to get outside. Got outside Isaac Ackerman, who actually played that pretty well. But
delayed handoff goes to Mosilmo on first down, his first carry tonight. And Ackerman's got him around the legs and won't let go. Gain of 3.
You can see the strength of Isaac Ackerman right there. He got one arm and one hand on Mosilmo, and Mosilmo really couldn't get away from him. The difference between 5'9", 175 pounds, and 6'2", 255.
2nd and 7 from the 22. Biegert will keep inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Tony Sylvester, the junior linebacker, wrapping him up. Couple more yards there. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
That was much better played by Sylvester than the previous keep that Biegert had when he went down inside the 5. And he actually played that better because he came from the inside out from his middle linebacker position and didn't overrun it and give the cutback lane up.
3rd down. Biegert will keep it. He'll have a first down as he lunges forward to the 14. Gain of 5 and a Champlin Park first down. Their 7th of the first quarter.
Here's the keep by Biegert going the other way to his left side. He gets just a yard or so clearance on the line to gain, and another Champlin Park first down. Champlin Park has moved the ball pretty consistently, pretty well so far in the first quarter, John. They've shown some very nice passing. They haven't had a lot of incompletions there. And their running game has been very effective.
Delayed handoff to Mosilmo, and he is dropped for a loss. Back in the backfield, he is hit and dropped by Ben Danielson, another good defensive lineman.
Exactly.
Coach Fuller talked about not only Ackerman, but the work that Ben Danielson has done this year.
And you can see Ben Danielson does a nice job. He keeps his feet, keeps his hips down, his knees over his toes, and makes a good wrap up as he makes the hit on the running back. Nicely done.
Loss of 1, 2nd down and 11. Biegert swings it out a little too high for Mosilmo and incomplete. It's 3rd down. First incompletion for Biegert.
That's a key one because there was pressure on Biegert that time. He had to deliver the ball higher over the defender, and it was overthrown. So the pressure was very effective.
Biegert 5 of 6 so far for 73 yards. 3rd down, 11 from the Irondale 15. Biegert to look toward Bowe, throw that way a little bit low, but in the hands of Bowe, would slip through his hands and incomplete. Would have been short of the first down, but only by a couple of yards. Look at it again. Bowe started to slip a little bit, and probably could have had that one, but it comes up as an incompletion, and so Branger will come on and try a field goal here of 32 yards.
Biegert the holder. Scott Bowe's a fairly lanky lad, isn't he?
Yeah.
At 6'7", 190 pounds.
High snap. Kick is up. It's long enough, and it is good. Inside the left upright. And with that,
Champlin Park takes a 10-0 lead.
Well, that actually ended up being a fairly good possession for Champlin Park. Anytime you get points, you got to like it. But actually, Irondale's got to the takeaway for Irondale is that they didn't give up a touchdown. Pretty good kick by Branger to get the ball over the upright.
Improve your football-specific speed, agility,
Increase the lead
strength,
to 10 points for
elite sports training.
Champlin Park.
2 weeks left in the regular season. One more Friday night, and then Wednesday, 15th, the last regular season night, and the playoffs will start the week after. It's a little bit different for each of these schools. Irondale in Class 5A and Champlin Park in Class 6A. The 6A schools don't start playing until, because there are fewer of them, until Friday the 24th. 5A and all the other classes start on that Tuesday, the 21st, and they'll have games Tuesday, Saturday that week, assuming you win Tuesday.
So yeah, this is where next week or so, as we get towards the middle of the month, the schedule compresses for a period of time, and that puts a lot of pressure on your team as you're preparing to get into the playoffs and whether you win or not.
And mark it down. Javier Renteria, I didn't see him have a knee down.
I didn't see him go down
I'm not
to
sure
the
where
floor.
while they're marking, I didn't see him call for a fair catch, but maybe he did. I thought that's what they had signaled after us. Didn't touch unless they had called for a fair catch and we just missed the signal. Well, regardless, Irondale has it. First down and 10 inside their 15-yard line. This drive, big hole up the middle for Victor James, and a nice run out to the 21-yard line. He'll pick up 8 yards on the play.
And he's been hampered by an ankle injury, and you can see he's not at full speed. And he's playing at about, probably 80–85% tonight.
Second down and 2 from the 21. Give to Black, hit in the backfield and drop for a loss. Roy Grassi, if they tackle for loss, it'll be third down and 4.
And Grassi does a nice job getting into the point of attack and making a collision with Black, the running back.
Press on field! Let's go, boys!
And Black's averaging about 6 yards a carry this year. He's another until he played a couple of games.
Ball knocked out of the air on the pass attempt. Trevor Long gets in there and gets the pass breakup.
Watch the ball!
I don't think anybody could have blocked Trevor Long. He was in the backfield right away, Bill.
Yep. Yeah, he got a good quick start. Nobody really got to him, and quarterback took a little bit too long to wind up and throw that ball. That ball's got to be delivered right now. That's a quick pass. It's not one that takes time to develop.
Moan was his third punt here the first quarter. So he fielded at the 45. Out of the 35, all the way down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
13, Alex Zeze, the return man.
Zeze on the return. And it's a good one as he picks up
We haven't gone to that
16 yards on this return.
I know.
Zeze avoiding a tackle there and then
Bouncing off a hit.
Bounced off a guy.
Yeah,
And
it was a pretty good hit, but he bounced right off of it.
Bill, the worst starting field position of these 4 possessions for Champlin Park has been their own 47. This time they started at the Irondale 29.
Right. Yeah. And Irondale's got to figure out a way during the half here. They haven't given up a lot of points, but they can't keep giving a short field, and they have to find a way to turn the field.
Harrison Jones now at quarterback, takes the snap. He's got a first down the left sideline and all the way down to close to the 10-yard line. Knocked out at the 11. It'll be a gain of 18 for Jones on his first carry tonight.
This is a good change of pace for Champlin Park. They came out with a totally different formation. No running backs, nobody back in the backfield. And 2 tight ends, so it's pretty much almost like a Wildcat setup.
Jones found nothing inside, bounces outside and gets to the end zone for a touchdown. 11 yards and a score for Harrison Jones.
So 2 carries and a touchdown for Harrison Jones. Pretty effective. Here we see again, Jones bounces inside, gets hit, slides to the outside, finds the seam, accelerates in there. It's good speed. Rangers going to be attempting the extra point here, bring it up to a 17 to 9.
24.2 seconds remaining in the opening quarter, and it is all Rebels. Well, the Rebels, they've seen them on tape from this year. They can put up points. For witness their 45 they scored last week against El Guerrero.
Right.
Unfortunately, they gave up 58 against the So they have put the ball in the end zone twice today, plus a field goal. Done the work early defensively against the Knights, and thus the 17-0 lead here as we wind down in the first quarter.
Absolutely, and the Knights have to, they can't. At this point, you have to just say, look, we can't get it all back in one play. So we have to play smart football, and we've got to try to do what we do well and make this happen. And they've got to play with confidence. Their offense hasn't been totally horrible. They just haven't been able to shift the field yet.
Right. Walker and Malone back deep for Irondale. Already the 4th kickoff of the quarter for Champlin Park. Ball is away. It'll be fielded by Malone at his 8. Out to the 20, trying to bounce back to the left, still on his feet in the open at the 30, and they close in on him and drop him at the 37-yard line. A good run before he's chased down by Michael Cloud Granger and Alex Zeze.
And Malone does a nice job. He kind of picks his way here for a little bit, and usually on a kickoff, that's what gets you lit up. But he finds a seam and gets into it, and actually gets the ball in decent field position. Actually, the best field position that Irondale has had tonight. And now they need to capitalize on it. They need to exploit this field position, get a few first downs, and get the ball down in the end zone. Put some pressure on the Champlin Park defense.
Knights will start this drive from the 38. Best field position to start a drive for them tonight. Give us to James. He gets upfield, across midfield, down the left sideline, steps out of bounds at the Rebels' 40-yard line. A good run of 22 yards on the first down carry by Victor James.
And he gets a nice seam, breaks an arm tackle. You're not going to bring this guy down with your arms. You can see that he just breaks tackles. He I think coming off the ankle injury that he's had, that he makes a wise decision to step out of bounds rather than take a hit and risk damaging that ankle. Like we said, he's not at 100% tonight.
Nick Nelson, who played quarterback at the beginning of the season, now they've moved him into running back role. He is in the backfield now and gets the carry. And gets 4 yards down to the 35 on his first carry tonight. Riley Alton in on the tackle for Champlin Park. That'll be the end of the first quarter. And a very good first quarter it is for the home team on homecoming. Champlin Park Rebels lead the Irondale Knights 17-0. We'll be back with more coverage of Northwest Suburban Conference football on Channel 12 after this time. We start the second quarter. Irondale has a 2nd down and 6 at the 35 of Champlin Park. They swing a pass left side to Matt Jarrett, who's down inside the 35, down to the 31-yard line. They'll bring up 3rd down and short after a gain of 4.
That was a nice quick screen, and that time the quarterback Jake Moen got rid of the ball quicker before he could get any pressure, and Jarrett was able to grab it and get upfield.
Give to James on 3rd down. This time Champlin Park ready for him, and they drop him, Bill, for no gain, perhaps even a loss on the play. A host of Rebels, including Melvin Joyce, who had the fumble recovery in the first quarter, in on the stop. In the decent spot, he got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down here, and a yard plus to go. Give, and I don't think he got it. Joyce gets in on the tackle.
No, he had a lunge, but he came down on the ground just before the line to gain, so that's a turnover on downs by Irondale at the 30-yard line. He was just short of the line to gain. But nonetheless, turnover on downs by Irondale. But this is, by 17 yards, the worst starting position for Champlin Park. And again, they haven't quite flipped the field completely, but their defense now is in a much better position than they have been the last few series.
Biegert back in at quarterback. Jones, a receiver in the slot on the left, and the handoff inside. The gain outside the 40 to the 44-yard line, and a pickup of 13 yards. Mello Atkins on the carry. He'll get 14.
That was a nice run by Atkins to get the ball up in the middle and get past the linebacker and get a pretty good gain.
Gain of 14. This first down run, though, gains very little, about half a yard to the 45.
That was well played by Ben Danielson, getting off of his block and making the play right at the line of scrimmage. Your defensive linemen are as active as Danielson and Ackerman. The offensive line has to stay hooked up with them, and when they've had good runs like the 14-yarder, they did.
Play action, Biegert rolling right, being chased, throws, makes a completion to Marty Hill down the sideline and wrestled out of bounds at the 24-yard line of Irondale. Well, we got an ineligible receiver downfield for Champlin Park. This will come back.
And that's a pretty well executed play by Champlin. Nice catch and run by Hill. But somebody is illegally downfield. That's a costly one.
First penalty of the night on Champlin Park. 2nd down and 14 now for the Rebels. Nose of the football just outside their 40. Wipes out a 30-yard gain, Bill. Beegert back to throw. Swings it right side off the hands this time of Atkins and incomplete. He's getting a pretty good rush inside. There you see Walker coming at him from his left. He had to get rid of it and incomplete.
And pretty good coverage out in the flat by the defensive lineman Luke Bordat as he got out there, and if that ball would have been completed, he would have had a good chance to run it down from his defensive end position.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right on 3rd down and 14 for the Rebels. Beegert looked right now, he left, and he'll step up and run, and he'll get inside the Irondale 45, and he'll get a 1st down. Oh, they're going to spot him short. He must have gotten knocked out shy of the sticks.
He went out on his right foot instead of his left foot. And he does a great job of pulling the ball down, finding the seam. And he is, just shy of the line to gain. But 4th down and less than a yard.
And they'll go for it here on not much yardage to go from the 46-yard line of Irondale. Beegert now comes up under center. Ball is snapped with
illegal
players moving all over, and a penalty against Champlin Park.
Officiating crew tonight, white hat there is Ken Maurer. The umpire is Tom Houle. Head linesman Mike Karnas. A lot of times we see him as a referee. Field judge is Jeff Lindstrom, and the back judge is Mike Maurer. We recognize those 2 Maurer.
A veteran officiating crew.
Oh, this is an all-star crew. Yeah, Mike Karnas has been an official in high school and college here in this area for the last 30 years. And Ken Maurer's been around equally long.
First punt of the night here for Champlin Park, a 5-yard penalty. Now Champlin Park, quite sure they've got the right personnel on the field, and they will take timeout. So each team has used 1 timeout here in the first half. Our next TV game on Channel 12, it's volleyball, a non-conference match next Wednesday as the Cooper Hawks take on the Minneapolis South Tigers. You can see that one Wednesday, October 8th, 7 o'clock on Channel 12. Bill, your kids all went to South.
All 3 of my
Tiger athletes.
Yep, they're all former Tigers.
Well, Irondale's going to get a chance to get the ball back here, Bill. They give up a 1st down. They got a break with the ineligible receiver downfield for Champlin Park, and the Rebels unable to come back and convert another 1st down. So they'll get the ball back in what should be fairly decent field position.
Yeah, especially with kicking into the breeze, should shorten the punt a little bit. Irondale doesn't believe that Champlin Park's actually going to punt the ball. They're pretty well looking for a fake of some kind.
Guzman is back in punt formation. It does come back to him, and we get another flag, another procedure penalty against Champlin Park. False start on the Rebels. So,
well, 4th and 5 is not 4th and 5 at that spot on the field is not a bad place to look for a fake, but now you've got 11 yards to go for a 1st down. I think you're going to find that they actually will punt the ball.
Guzman gets the kick away. No one that deep to grab it for the Knights, and so it's down by the Rebels at the 23. Kick of 33 yards and no return. Irondale, 9:24 to go in the 2nd quarter with the football trailing 17-0.
And Irondale, has their work cut out for them here, but again, they need to build on what they've done, and they need to get some things going here. They need to create some breaks for themselves, break a tackle, Get a big play of some variety.
Moen looks left, throws that way, gets a completion. And just a few yards on the catch by Kellner. And they'll mark him off after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Kellner's second catch.
And Kellner is one of their top 3 receivers. He's done a pretty good job this year, but they really need to push the ball upfield some way. You cannot just make a living throwing those little bubble screens.
On 2nd down, Moen stepping up. Got some time. Now he'll run, not very far. He is tackled by Melvin Joyce. No gain. It'll be 3rd down and 8. 3rd down 7.
And here Moen decides to keep it just a little too late. He really didn't have anything open downfield, and it's not a good idea to throw the ball upfield into coverage. So, you know, discretion being the better part of valor right there, but he actually made the decision maybe a touch too late. Things were closing in on him.
On 3rd down, the throw is incomplete. Zay really coming up from behind and popping Monaco Rio, and he could not hang on to the ball. And Zay's had an active first half and helps on the pass break up there.
That ball bounced on Zay's helmet for a second, almost was picked off by the safety coming over. Zay's done a really nice job, and Monaco Real's got to put the grabbers on it. That was a high pass. It's a tough one to catch, but you get your grabbers on it. You got to make the play.
Punt away by Moen. Will bounce at the 50. Be taken back at the 40-yard line by Bronson. Up the right sideline. Bronson back to the middle of the field inside the 30-yard line and down to the Irondale 26. A return of 30 yards by Deontay Bronson.
So there's again, team making the break for itself. Bronson does a nice job getting the ball back into very good field position. You had a net difference of 40 yards on that punt.
First and 10, Rebels at the 26 of Irondale. Biegert the quarterback, Mosomo the back. Now hand to Detrice Mosomo. Bounces right, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and gets all the way down to the Irondale 12-yard line. He'll pick up 14 yards in his best rush so far this evening.
That was a nice run by Mosomo as he breaks tackles, runs out of the arms of people, and uses his speed and agility to get upfield.
They mark him at the 11, so it's a gain of 15. 1st down and 10. Fake the handoff, Biegert keeping up the middle, and then he is really drilled and driven back. Ackerman in on the stop for Irondale, along with Danielson. Those 2 linemen that we talked about in on that stop, a gain of 1. That's a lot of weight to be hit by if you're Max Biegert.
Yeah, both those, in fact, all 3 of the inside linemen for Irondale are pretty good sized kids. Each one of them is 6'2", and they're all between 255 and 265.
Biegert hit again and dropped, this time for a loss.
Isaiah Walker, I think, that makes the play here.
Here's Renteria this time.
Yeah. So now we have a 3rd and 11 or 12 for Champlin Park.
Loss of a couple that time.
Third and long. In this situation, I have a feeling we'll see some kind of a pass play.
Biegert
pressure
rolled left, came back right. It turned back to the middle of the field. by Ackerman, and it's 4th down coming.
Good pressure by Ackerman to force that. It was going to be a sprint out here to the left side. I'm kind of surprised to not see this time to see the field goal team out.
Well, more of a win that they're going into, and feel maybe this is a chance to get points via the touchdown. If not, they'll pin Irondale back deep. Biegert looking to throw to the end zone. He's got his man Bow there for a touchdown. 11 yards for a score for Scott Bow.
Nice grab by Scott Bow on that ball release out into the flat. Another touchdown for Champlin Park. The long 790 pound Scott Bow making a pretty nice grab out there in the corner of the end zone. Putting another 6 points on the board for Champlin Park.
Extra point attempt by Bringers up and good, and it is 24-0 Champlin Park.
Pretty nice job by Moen. He gets the ball up in the air. And Bow does a nice job of driving inside and then getting back out into the flat and leaving the defender Beck on the inside of the play. So that really is a tough one to defend for Beck, but well run route by Scott Bow.
Midway through the second quarter, and the Rebels up 24-0 on Irondale. Rebels' final 2 games of the season. They'll play at Coon Rapids next Friday, and then host Anoka here on Wednesday the 15th. So a chance for Champlin Park really to finish strong. Those are definitely winnable games for both of them.
Yeah, Coon Rapids has yet to win a conference game, so.
Anoka is 1-4 in the season. Coon Rapids is 1-4. Rangers kick. Fielded by Malone inside the 10. Breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet. He gives a tough runner, and finally goes down at the 27-yard line.
He looked like a pinball out there for a minute, bouncing off of the flippers, and took a couple of pretty good licks and kept right on going. There's a look at split end Scott Bow.
Irondale trying to get something positive here late in the first half, midway through the quarter. And the first on handoff goes to Victor James. He's out across the 26-yard line to the 28, picked up a couple of yards. His 10th carry of the night.
He's had a couple of pretty good carries. He's been stopped a couple of times. Now they're putting Victor James in the slot. That last play is the first time we've seen him really run the stretch from that pistol formation, and that stretch has a real possibility.
Give us to Nick Nelson. His second carry. He gets out across the 30, the 32. It'll be a pickup of 4. Brings up 3rd down, and still 4 to go for Irondale. We'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to take a timeout.
Timeout, Irondale.
Next live football game a week from tonight, Northwest Suburban Conference game. big rivals Osseo and Maple Grove. Two teams unbeaten at the top of the Northwest Suburban South and heading into play tonight. We'll play at Maple Grove next Friday night. Live on Channel 12, October 10th at 7 p.m.
That could be a real good game. Two very strong teams, both playing very well and looking to peak at about the right time to get ready for the playoffs.
Maple Grove very impressive with a shutout win over Tutino Grace a week ago, Bill, 28-0.
Yeah.
They are 5-0.
For the first time in as long as I can remember, somebody really lit up Grace.
It was the black. They'll toss it back on the reverse. This is Kellner trying to get back to the left side, and they won't get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss in the play.
A little bit too long a time developing for that play to really have much chance at success. Irondale's going to have to punt the ball away yet again.
Loss of 7, and then 4th down Moen. We'll punt here for the 4th time. Kick away. It's over Zeze's head. He'll chase it down back at his 35 and won't get more than a yard.
Well covered by the punt team for Irondale. He got 3 people down there in very good order and right in the face of Zeze when he was able to corral that bouncing punt. So once again, Irondale's able to get, for only the 2nd time, able to get the ball deep enough into Champlin Park territory that they have an opportunity to play in a different side of the 50-yard line.
4:34 left in the first half. 2 timeouts remaining for Champlin Park. They'll start from their 34. Jones back in at quarterback for the Rebels. Keep, and then he'll pitch. Osseo, 35, and chased down from behind by Tony Sylvester. Gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Pretty good hustle by Sylvester coming from his middle linebacker position to actually run down the pitch man on the option. Well played by number 67, Luke Bordot, 6'5", 245-pound defensive end.
Osseo with room to run, and this time tripped up at midfield. That would have been a much bigger gain. As it is, he gained 13 before Sylvester brought him down.
When Sylvester makes a lucky lunge to just get the feet of Detrice Masumo.
1st and 10 Rebels at the 48 of Irondale. Hand off again to number 29. Bounces it outside. 45-yard line to the 40. Still on his feet down to the 39. Brenny and Malone on the stop. Gain of 9.
We can see that Masumo has pretty good ability to bounce off of people and run out of tackles. Luke Bordot looked like he had a pretty good chance of wrapping him up in the backfield on that play. He ran right out of his arms and around the end and got a fairly decent gain.
Hill coming in motion on 2nd down and 1. Jones wanting to throw, looking for Bowen, too high.
That was pretty well defended by Fatah Malone. Giving up about a foot in height to Bo, but he was right with him and forced the ball to be well overthrown.
First throw tonight for Jones. Now 3rd and a yard. Jones will keep. He's got the first down inside the 35, breaking a tackle. Down the sideline he goes. He's spun out of bounds at the 24-yard line on the tackle by Javier Renteria. Gain of 15, Bill.
Yeah, that was a nice move right there on the flank to avoid Sylvester and get another 8 or 9 yards from that point.
First and 10 Rebels. Jones rolling out right. Ball is tipped as he throws downfield and an incomplete. Intended receiver Nick Hayes, but the ball falls short of him, and it's second down.
Yeah, this ball was pretty well whacked at the right after he released it, right there at the line, past the line of scrimmage by one of the linebackers. And even though the ball actually got to the receiver, he was already on the floor and really couldn't adjust to it.
Incompletion stops the clock with 2:38 to go. Second down and 10 Rebels from the 23. Jones giving to Musomo, almost lost the handle on the ball, hangs onto it and picks up a first down as he gets 13 yards. And then a flag comes out late after the play. It'll be a first and goal. And we'll see what the penalty is.
Probably a roughing penalty or a unsportsmanlike, a horse collar tackle. Mr. Maurer telling us it was a horse collar tackle, means he got the backside of the shoulder pad behind the head of the right there and brought him down by the shoulder pad. That's a rule that was instituted a few years ago to eliminate a very dangerous type of tackle. Most of the time, players don't intentionally grab somebody and throw them down by that part of their uniform, but even inadvertently, it's a very dangerous form of tackling. But the ball now is inside the 5-yard line.
First down and goal. Jones will step up and run, and he's grabbed. And as he get into the end zone, he's close to the goal line. A couple of Rebels signaling that way. I think they're going to mark him just shy. It'll be second down and goal. He looked like he was going to get in, but a nice job by Danielson to grab him and pull him down.
Nice strength by the jersey of Harrison Jones that Danielson does a nice job of grabbing whatever he can, saving the touchdown, but it's right on the ball. It's right on the goal line.
And Jones will keep it himself and didn't have to get much, and he gets in for the touchdown. His second rushing touchdown of the first half, and Jones makes it 30-0 Rebels.
And just kind of a good push by the offensive line there, and well played by the inside 3 guys on the offensive line to get enough of a push to get Harrison Jones in the end zone for his second rushing touchdown of the evening.
Rangers been busy in these first half with kickoffs, an extra point, and a field goal. He's got his 4th extra point there, and it's 31-0.
And now with 1:45 to go in the half, I think at this point Irondale needs to play as smart as they can. I don't know if you need to go out in the last minute and 45 and fling the ball all over the field to try to make a big play. I would tend to favor playing a little bit more conservative and trying to establish some sort of rhythm. They have gotten no rhythm. They've gotten no consistency so far tonight in their offensive game, and they really need to find something they can hang their hat on and build on in the second half, because their defense is going to have to come out and play right away in the second half.
Another game going on tonight in the Northwest Suburban Conference at Ticino Grace. Unbeaten Elk River taking on Ticino Grace, and 21-7 the score in that one. Ticino's 1-1 in the conference, 4-1 overall. Elk River 4-0 in the conference and 5-0 overall coming into play tonight.
Yeah, this would not be the week you'd want to play Grace after what happened to them last week. They would probably be a tad irritable, and they also lost their manager.
Yeah, Rachel Wool. Dying after the game last week at Maple Grove. Diagnosed with brain cancer in elementary school and was in remission for a while. Came back last year and was the manager of the football team. Was at the game for the first half last week, Bill. Parents brought her home and passed it home a short time later. And quote I read from Jeff Ferguson afterwards, they were going to have a review yesterday and the funeral actually tomorrow, because Rachel wouldn't have wanted anything to interfere with Football Friday.
Yeah.
So a lot for those kids to have gone through in the last week.
Yeah, and to watch not only the players, but how the coaches were around Rachel. Jeff Ferguson was so gentle and caring. Every time something happened on the field, he was right next to her.
Moen going deep and incomplete. Oh, he had his man Kellner had a step on the defender.
And this is the
best
effort, the best effort downfield. Kellner makes the reach. That's when you just got to say, son, you got to grab that one. That's the best effort they've had offensively all night, and they really needed to have that happen. Nice ball by Moen, and nice route in the pattern by Kellner.
On second down, short pass goes to Nelson, and he'll get 5 yards, maybe 6 to the 41-yard line. Tackled by Altonen. That'll bring up third down and 4. One timeout remaining for the Knights. Clock running with 1:15 to go in the half.
Taking a long time to get the play in.
Roll out for Moen. The pocket collapsing, and down he goes. Sacked by Trevor Long.
And that's the second time he's put big pressure on Moen tonight. Coming from the backside. Just runs Moen down, and big loss of 7 yards. Now you're at 4th and very long. You probably have to punt the ball because you don't want to give Champlin Park the ball at this point in the field.
Irondale takes timeout.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if somebody on the field wasn't sure what down it was, and I think intentionally you'd want to stop the clock on fourth down here, but that's what happened.
But you really don't want to give up the ball here. You've got to get a good punt and good coverage now and try to do the best you can to force Champlin Park to just take a knee and run the clock out.
I don't think they're going to, Bill. They're going to have 2 timeouts left.
They've got 2 timeouts. They're going to do everything they can to get. You get another score here, and you've salted it away, because you just won't have enough possessions. That even if you score on every possession, you're not going to have enough possessions to catch them.
Moen's kick bounced once and then picked up and then dropped immediately by Sylvester is Hunter Yerkes back at the Champlin Park 35. So not quite as good a field position I'm sure the Rebels were hoping for. They will take over there at the 35, 36.8 seconds remaining.
Good tackle by Tony Sylvester. He's a pretty solid defensive player. Good tackler. He's had a couple of problems with overrunning plays a little bit, but other than that, he's done a pretty good job tonight. And they really need he and the defensive line to step up and put some pressure on the Champlin Park defense, or offense here, excuse me.
On first down, they throw to Mo. He caught it and then fumbled it at the sideline, and it's recovered inbounds by Irondale by Tony Sylvester. So Bo made the reception, headed upfield, got 4 yards, just lost it kind of on his own. I don't know if he got hit here, and then Sylvester
the ball
recovers.
just slipped. Yeah, you watch Bo here, and the ball just slipped out of his hands and stayed inbounds. That was a lucky bounce. There's the break, the turnover for Irondale that they needed the entire half, and you see the ball just slipped out of Bo's hands. And now you got to think with no timeouts, you're going to put the ball downfield a little bit here. Better get it off, son.
And down goes Mo, and he is sacked for a loss by Jeff Boyer. Loss of 6. Clock running again, no timeouts remaining. They'll snap this one with under 10 to go. Should be the final play of the half. Moen going downfield, intercepted by Zeze. Back inside the 10. Now it's like a kick return. He's got a lot of room out there. Zeze down the right sideline, and finally tackled by the quarterback, Moen, after a return of 55 yards as the half comes to an end. Well, exciting play to end the half.
Yep, very exciting. Zeze shows some real good vision and obviously some speed, but he finds that seam and he just moves. Moen doesn't let him go any further.
Good run back and a good half for Champlin Park. It takes a 31-0 lead into the halftime tonight against Irondale. It's homecoming tonight, as we mentioned at the top of the show. So a good introduction of royalty coming up, plus performance by Champlin Park dance team and the marching band as well, all coming your way here at halftime this evening. Champlin Park taking advantage of the field position in that first quarter, Bill, getting some short fields, putting points on the board, and then adding more scores there in the second quarter and taking a commanding lead into halftime.
They've really had complete control of the game right from the get-go. They haven't been pushed or prodded in any direction at all, and they just need to come back and play in the second half.
Let's go down to the sideline now, and Allie Arlt.
Thanks, John. Coach, before the game, we talked a little bit about your concern about the climate conditions and about an injured defense. 31-0 at half. Still have those concerns?
Yeah, well, we always do. We need to play better. We got right down to the goal line. We turned the ball over. We've had some mistakes. We've capitalized on some of their mistakes, but we're trying to play without making mistakes and error-free football, and we're not quite there. We got to be better than that. We have 2 turnovers here in the first half, and you can't do that.
Any satisfaction in the score, at least, at this point?
Well, the score is good. Yeah, we'll take the score, but we got to clean things up a little bit, and we got to play a little better.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
Thanks, Allie. Mike Corton. Coaches always got something to work on, Bill, don't they, at halftime?
And Mike is a unique perspective on things. He's like a lot of head coaches. He definitely sees the mistakes that were made. Yeah, the score is nice, but we turned the ball over. So.
Well, each coach got something to say at halftime. We will take a break, and we'll come back with halftime here at Champlin Park on a very chilly Friday evening, first Friday in October. Our score, Champlin Park 31, Irondale nothing. More prep football on Channel 12 after this timeout.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Halftime tonight at Champlin Park with the Rebels leading Irondale 31-0. Let's go down to the field now and the Champlin Park dance team.
Let's hear it for the Champlin Park dance team.
Champlin Park dance team halftime tonight. We'll take a short break. The marching band coming on. We'll have that for you in a moment. You're watching coverage of Champlin Park Irondale football on Channel 12 Sports.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
Halftime tonight at Champlin Park. And a good one for the football team. The Rebels up on Irondale 31-0 as we get ready to start the halftime show by the marching band here tonight. And get ready for their field show this evening. Talk about a cold night for football players, and I'm going to be blowing a brass instrument tonight, though. It's a little cold for that.
Yeah.
You guys work all summer. I hear them. They don't live terribly far from here, and you can hear them practicing from miles away in the summer, working out 4 nights a week in the parking lot and preparing for their summer performance season, then getting ready for the performance here in the high school season.
And the amount of hours that the marching band put in always amazes me. That they work an awful lot of hours and work very hard for a short amount of time to perform.
They're about ready to start for Champlin Park's football team tonight. They got 17 points in the first quarter, 14 more in the second to take this lead at 31-0. A half to go against the Knights, and then they mentioned 2 games remaining for them. One more home game during the regular season on Wednesday, October 15th. They'll take on Anoka in the annual Battle for the Paddle. It's a big rivalry between the Rebels and the Tornadoes.
Is that as well known as the Little Brown Jug?
Maybe not quite. Just checking to make sure everything is ready on their sound system, and then we'll be ready to go with our Champlin Park marching band halftime performance. We are set to go. Champlin Park Marching Rebels. Bill Hunstock, great performance tonight by the Champlin Park Marching Band.
It was a nice halftime, celebrating homecoming. They had all kinds of things going on here with the royalty and the band and the dance team and everything. So now we're ready for the second half.
We'll take a break, come back with more prep football. Irondale, Champlin Park, after this timeout.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
We are back at Champlin Park High School. The Rebels up on the Knights, 31-0 at halftime. And Champlin Park getting off to a good start. Irondale's first possession of the game after two first downs, a fumble by Scott Black, recovered by Melvin Joyce, set up Champlin Park near midfield, and they moved down the field quickly. And their first drive capped off by a touchdown run of 5 yards. Dan Branger with the touchdown, then he had an extra point, then he gets a 32-yard field goal. Branger accountable for all 10 of the early points for Champlin Park. And they get the ball back later in the quarter. Harrison Jones, 11 yards. Branger the extra point. It was 17-0 after one. Fata Malone kickoff return, one of the highlights for Irondale in the first half. A good return got them good field position out to the 37. Unfortunately for the Knights, they were unable to capitalize. Second quarter on a fourth down play, a touchdown pass. Max Biegert to Scott Bowen, 11 yards for a score. Darius Mulsumo has been their top rusher so far in the first half. He has 58 yards on 7 carries. And that run helped set up a Jones 1-yard touchdown run. So Jones with a couple of TDs in that first half. Branger with a touchdown and a field goal. Bow with a reception. And all adds up to a 31-0 lead. As you look at the numbers, very one-sided offensively for Champlin Park, as they have outgained Irondale 272-70. Let's go back down to the field and Allie Arlt.
Thanks, guys. Coach, another coach once told me there's nothing less important than the score at halftime, but 31 points is kind of a big deficit. What's your plan here in the second half for your team?
Well, I just told them, I mean, that wasn't the first half we were expecting to play. Disappointing, but all we can do is come out here and win the next play. The next play, that's the most important thing right now. So,
what is it going to be for that next play to happen? Is it going to come on your offensive side or your defensive side of the ball?
Well, I think right now we have both sides have some mistakes that we need to clear up. We got to be able to throw the ball. They're taking away the run early, and we're not able to complete passes right now. And defensively, we're not rallying to the ball like we have been in the last few weeks. So hopefully we got to figure it out at halftime, and we'll see what happens.
All right, Coach, good luck in that second half. All right, back to you guys.
Thanks, Allie, and thanks to both Coach Fuller and Coach Corton for taking a couple of moments to spend with us at halftime as we get ready for the second half of play. Champlin Park will get the opening possession of the second half. And Billy looked at those first half numbers. Champlin Park able to run the ball with ease for the most part. 184 yards for them, also 88 yards passing on 7 of 10 passing for Max Beard. All the yardage coming out of his arm. Harrison Jones, 2 passes, both incomplete, but Jones with 5 carries for 50 yards rushing and 2 scores.
Pretty good mix and match by the quarterbacks there between Harrison Jones and Beard. So, you know, it's really as one-sided as the score was, that is very indicative of how the game has been played so far. And like Coach Fuller said, they really need to just play it one play at a time. They need to win every play if they can. They've got to set their mind, and they've got to forget about what happened. It's 31-0. You forget that. You go back out and you play as hard as you can on every play. Don't worry about the next play. Don't worry about the last play. Play the one that's right in front of you.
Osseo, 58 yards on 7 carries, but they've had 3 guys rush for at least 45 yards in the first half. Mentioned Jones, 5 carries for 50 yards, and Biegert, 8 carries for 45 yards. Granger has 16 yards rushing, Atkins 15, all adds up to 184 in the first half for the Rebels. Irondale's leading rusher tonight has been Victor James, 10 carries for 51 yards. They have not had a lot else going offensively outside of what number 47 has been able to do.
Absolutely. And like Coach Fuller said in talking to Allie, that they need to complete some passes. Defensively, they need to get to the football. He is exactly right with that. Their pursuit has been sporadic at best. They've missed some good opportunities to tackle people in the backfield, and they haven't done it. They just really need to step up and play the way they're capable of. I don't know that they can overcome 31 points, but I know that if they don't step up and play, it's going to be a lot worse.
Tyler Tamaraksa is on the kickoff, his first kick tonight. A guy who just came out for the team a few weeks ago from the soccer team. Wanted a kick. Coach Fuller said he's got a strong leg, and this time he just keeps it on the ground, and they didn't want to kick deep. We saw the rushing run back abilities earlier of Zeze on the interception to end the first half, and they keep it short, and Champlin Park will take it here at the 31-yard line.
I think that was a pretty smart choice on the kickoff. Kick it away from the 2 really good return men. Yeah, you might give up a few yards on field position, but the ball's right around the 30-yard line, 32-yard line. So you're in pretty good field position anyway.
Now Biegert will start out of the shotgun as he has a good share of the night when he has been in there. First down and 10 for the Rebels. They start this opening drive from the 32. Handoff to Mosomo, and Treese getting to the line of scrimmage. But it is it. Well played defensively in the interior of the line by Irondale.
And pretty well played by Ackerman and number 3, Tony Sylvester, stepping up and making the play for no gain. So there's what Coach Fuller was talking about. You get the stalemate on first down. Now you do it on second down. You got to do it just every single play. Just play it one play at a time.
Hill comes in motion. And at second down, they'll give the Mosomo's hit in the backfield by Ackerman and dropped for a loss. We talked about his tackles for loss he's had on the season. Even though he's drawing a double team much of the time in the games that Irondale has played, number 90 is a load, and he drops Mosomo for a loss of 5.
And he did a great job of playing the inside shoulder of the offensive tackle and getting upfield, and he ran right into the running back. So that's a big loss for a Champlin running back.
3rd and long, they give to Hill, and they almost tripped up by Ackerman in the backfield, slowed him down. He gets back upfield and makes a gain of it, but far short of the first down. But again, there's Ackerman in the backfield to blow that whole thing up, Bill.
Yeah, he didn't quite have enough to get Hill down, but you can see that there's 6-7 white shirts in the area there, and that so even though we got a positive gain, it's still 4th and 10.
Alex Kellner back to receive the punt from Nick Guzman, just his second punt of the night. And he'll go over his head and take several Rebel bounces and go down at the 21-yard line. 46-yard kick with no return.
That's a tough one. You tell your return guy, catch the ball and don't let it go over your head. And when it does, usually it bounces, and that ball bounced 23 yards after it hit the ground in Champlin Park's favor. So instead of getting a 30-yard punt, they get a 50-yard punt.
First down handoff goes to James. And Victor James with a run out to the 29-yard line. He'll pick up close to 8 yards.
Nice gain for Victor James. Pretty well done by the right side of the offensive line for Irondale. They really need to set their minds and go after it really hard on each play.
2nd down and 2. Mullen will give to James again. Hitting the backfield, and he's maybe got back to the line of scrimmage this time.
Maybe, yep.
He does fight to get back to the 29-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2. First contact made by Riley Altonen.
Altonen didn't even get blocked, wasn't even touched. Again, that's a good play by the lineman, because the linebacker comes through completely untouched to make the play. That means the lineman did their job.
Throw on 3rd down. It's a completion for a 1st down. And the ball lost, but recovered by Irondale. The completion to Rio and a 1st down, and it to be a 10-yard gain.
Nice throw and catch. Irondale guys got to bring that ball high and tight when they're running with it.
It's the 4th first down of the game for the Knights. Flags all over the place, and the run by Nelson. But I think this might come back, Bill.
I think we had somebody flinched on the line of scrimmage. Yeah, we had a false start. So we're going to end up with a 1st and 15.
Illegal shift on the offense, 2-man in motion.
It'll be 1st and 15 back at the 33-yard line of Irondale. .8:17 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Going in from the sideline with the play. James the lone back behind Moen on 1st down and 15. Straight drop back. Little pass over the middle to James. Couldn't quite catch up with it. And it's a little bit short at his feet and couldn't hang on. And it's 2nd down and 15.
So the screen pass was fairly well set up, but the ball at James' feet incomplete.
Moen 6 of 14 passing tonight for 40 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. He's been sacked twice for losses totaling 17 yards. Facing a 2nd and long here, they give to James, and he's hit, dropped after a short gain.
It looks like Victor James made probably 3 yards, so we're going to be 3rd and 12.
Jake Heil on the tackle to bring up 3rd down and 12 for the Knights here from just outside their 35. Moen going deep right side and incomplete. Ball thrown out of bounds, and they were trying to get Jacob Zweig on the reception down the sideline, but that ball floated out. Zay on the coverage. And Moen will stay in, but to punt. His 6th punt of the game. Flag.
Somebody, I believe, proceeded illegally or falsely started.
Irondale penalty, all for 5 yards so far.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
So now 4th and 16. High kick away by Moen. Get an Irondale bounce. It'll be down at the 40-yard line. 29-yard punt. Champlin Park will get its 2nd possession of the half. 1st and 10 from their 40-yard line, lead it 31-0.
Yeah, and then I'll have
Champlin Park, my guess would continue to play possession football. They're going to run the ball probably more than they will pass it. I see Harrison Jones is back in at the quarterback spot, so that indicates that we'll probably see a little bit more running offense than throwing.
Jones 0 of 2 passing, 5 rushes, 50 yards. Here's rush number 6, and it's a big one. Into Irondale territory. Harrison Jones on the loose. Still on his feet. Spins inbounds down the sideline. Jones going toward the end zone. He's going to be marked out at the 1 after a rush of 59 yards.
And this is what we thought was going to happen. And just a nice kick out block right there on Ackerman. And once Jones gets into the secondary and has a place to run, he's pretty elusive. Makes a nice spin move. Ooh,
I thought he stepped down there.
Yeah, might have been out of bounds right there.
Looked like he did, but they didn't call him, so he's down. They'll actually mark him at the 4-yard line, so make it a run of 56, 1st and goal for Jones and the Rebels offense. He'll keep it, go up the middle, right side, touchdown.
So 60 yards on 2 plays, 2 carries. That adds to Harrison Jones' yards per carry, I think.
7 carries, 110 yards, Bill, and 3 touchdowns now.
You'd like to bottle that for the whole year, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
It was very, very efficient, very effective running. And when you have a single back and you're running kind of that wildcat, that look like that, you know, when he comes through that free, that means that every single one of the offensive linemen, all 5 of them, were engaged, they were hooked up, and they held their block until he was past the line of scrimmage. And that is a real testament to the Champlin Park offensive line. All 5 of those guys did a great job on that series.
Penalty on the defense. We asked Coach Corton before the game about his offensive line and specifically who's been the most consistent player, and he said it's been his center, Ryan Champagne.
Yep.
sometimes that guy's the key. If you get good play out of your center, the rest of them will follow.
Yeah, the center is really a key guy because he makes the calls that lets everybody else know where the defense is, the defensive lineman, and are they odd or even, and so the center is very critical. When the center is doing a good job and having a good consistent season, it makes everybody else's job much easier.
Jones with his third score. Branger the extra point makes it 38-0 with 6:34 to go here in the third quarter. If this margin holds at above 35 points, we'll have running time in the fourth quarter.
Malone and Rocker back as the return man for the Knights.
Upcoming games for Irondale. They will be home to take on Totino Grace next Friday. And then they finish the season at Park Center on Wednesday the 15th.
Well, positive look at it there. They could end up with win that last game with Park Center and have momentum going into the playoffs. Is that the way an optimist would look at it?
It would be. Yeah.
Based on what I've seen between Grace and Irondale, I would have to say Grace would probably have the upper hand on that one.
Park Center started the season 3-0. They've had 2 straight losses at home today against Spring Lake Park as Branger kicks off. His best kick of the night, handled and dropped by Malone, picks it back up at the 10 and does not get to the 20-yard line. Close, but not quite to the 20, and that's where Irondale will have it here in this second possession of the second half. So look at it again.
Malone, the return man.
He does a good job of scooping that up without getting his knee on the floor, but still not good field position for Irondale on this second possession of the second half.
Trevor Bloom on the special teams tackle for the Rebels. First down and 10, Irondale. Ball will give to James. Pops it out left side, 25-yard line, out to the 30, stiff arms a man, and all the way out to the 40-yard line, a pickup of 20.
Very nice hole by the left side of the offensive line, and Victor James does a good job of exploiting that, getting out, making a nice S cut,
Out to the 40-yard line.
out, in, out, and up. 20-yard gain. That's a nice run from scrimmage for Irondale.
They'll give to James again. Right side trying to cut it back to the middle, and he gets maybe a yard on that play.
James carrier.
Tackled by Heil.
And that's what we could see him just falter a little bit as he made that left turn. And that's the trouble with an ankle injury, is that a running back, particularly a running back the size of Victor James, when he makes a 90-degree turn, he puts a lot of stress on his ankle. And when your ankle is not 100%, it makes those turns much harder.
2nd and 10 from the 40. Give to James again. Third straight carry for him. Bounced off a tackler, now trying to push the pile. Gets 5 yards to the 45 before he's finally brought down. But it took a number of Rebels to bring 47 down, Bill.
Yeah, it takes a couple of people to push him down, and he has had a nice 5-yard gain.
Yerkes and Falls on the tackle. 3rd down and 5 from the 45 for Irondale. So we are inside of 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Moen back to throw. Left side gets the completion to Black. He'll have a first down into Champlin Park territory. Nice. Tackle by Yerkes, but a gain of 6 yards and an Irondale first down.
Nice grab by Black as he's hit by Yerkes right away, but he holds on to the ball and makes a nice play out of it. Another first down for Irondale.
On first down, Moen to throw. Going deep left side, and that pass never had a chance to reach Alex Kellner. Got caught up in the wind, and second down.
And that ball came out of his hand like a knuckleball. I think right when he let go of it, it slipped, because when you see it go nose up and wobble like that, that means it came off his hand. If you watch his release, you'll see the ball slips out of his hand right there. Affectionately known as the wounded duck, or the Aflac pass.
Second down and 10 from the 49. High snap. It gets the handoff to James. Almost caught in the backfield and makes a couple of yards out of it to the 47-yard line.
Pretty good penetration that time by the Champlin Park defensive line, which forced Victor James to have to turn in the backfield and go a direction other than the initial point of attack. Not much chance of a big gain on that kind of a play.
On third down, Mullen to throw. Ball is tipped in the air and incomplete. Jeff Boyer getting up and deflecting it, and Bowen is hurt. Getting up slowly.
Yeah, Moen, after the ball is released, takes a shot right there. Ball was tipped pretty good right at the line of scrimmage. Number 51, Boyer.
Yanguressi then with the pressure up the middle. Got the hit on Moen. And fourth down, you don't really gain much at this point in the game, and the score the way it is with the punt, Bill, so why not go for it?
Absolutely.
Fourth and a long 7. The Irondale Knights go for it. They fake the pitch, get the handoff to Black, coming back inside, and he gets only a yard or two. And the Rebels will take over on downs at their 45-yard line.
That's the second time we've had a turnover on downs from Irondale. The ball's going to be 45-yard line of Champlin Park. So again, they've got good field position, which they have enjoyed all night long, and they've made the most of it. They've had that last possession was 60 yards on 2 or 3 plays. You get your ball in good field position, and you just let your offense go. And when it's working like it is tonight for Champlin Park, you got to be happy with it.
First and 10 from the 45. They give us Mosomo. Or excuse me, this is the third carry tonight for Romel Atkins. He'll gain 5 yards down to the 49 of Irondale.
5-yard gain on the play, second down.
Second down and 5. Quick throw left side. Completion made. Brandon Oxley, his first reception tonight. As a Rebels first down into 41, a gain of 8 yards.
Another nice bubble screen. Oxley makes a nice grab, gets upfield, gets the first down, gets out of bounds.
First down and 10 at the 41 of the Knights after the completion to Oxley. Give it to Atkins, hitting the backfield, and he gets to the 40-yard line to pick up a yard. Malone, help from others on the stop for the Knights. The second down and 9.
1-yard gain on the play, second down.
The I formation is Atkins on the carry. He'll gain 4 more yards. Renteria on the tackle for Irondale. He gains it down to the 36. Pick up a 4. Set up a 3rd down and 5.
And the sophomore running back is doing a nice job. This is what Mike Courtney and his staff really like to do. Of course, any coaching staff likes to. You get your 2nd, 3rd level running back running behind your first team offensive line, give him a chance to see this is the way it looks when the hole opens up and you got the timing and everything like that. And that's a real important step for preparation for games down the road.
Atkins will get the carry again. Irondale gets him after a gain of 1. Now 4th down and 4 to go. With the personnel change, it looks like we're going to have a punt for Champlin Park. They're going to pin Irondale deep.
And again, just instead of giving up field position, you try to force your opponent to have to go against a very long field.
Guzman with a kick. Nicely done. It's going to be down by Champlin Park at the 5-yard line of Irondale.
So a nice pooch kick by Guzman. Gets the ball downfield and just very uncomfortable field position for Irondale. That hole stays pretty deep for them.
And I like that call, Bill. I mean, you're not going to lose the game by going for it and not making it on 4th down. But at the same time, it's 5 yards. This is a better position for your defense. And you take the gamble that your offense is still going to get the ball the next time in pretty good field position.
Exactly. And you're just making sure that
James hitting the backfield.
You don't give your opponent any opportunity to break out.
Well, and that's even better. You get the opponent to fumble on the next play.
Just the way we drew it up.
Riley Altonen coming up with the fumble recovery. He was hit by Yangaresi and Boyer here, trying to find a hole, and there's the ball that was
got
stripped out. Yangaresi with the strip. Altonen the recovery, and there's points waiting to happen for Champlin Park. 1st and goal from inside the 5.
And for Champlin, their number 3 quarterback, number 9, MacArthur Killen, 6'2", 175-pound junior, steps in to take the snap.
McKillen will keep it, and the ball is fumbled. Unless they're going to say forward progress was already stopped and the whistle had blown, and this will not go as a fumble. It'll be no gain on the keeper, and the quarter comes to an end. Our score, Champlin Park 38, Irondale nothing. We're back with more prep football from Champlin Park High School after this timeout.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
First play of the fourth quarter is a second down and goal and a handoff and a carry down to the 3.5-yard line for Shaka Rokes, his first carry tonight. It'll be third down and goal.
And now the second line guys for Champlin Park getting a chance to play here at the start of the fourth quarter. Probably get a full quarter of action here.
Killen will pitch to Rokes, fumbles the football and be knocked out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The clock will continue to move again with the running time as we look at the play again. Rokes just never got it cleanly.
No.
And a loss of 7. So third down and goal from back at the 11 for Champlin Park.
Not really good spacing on that pitch between Killen and Rokes.
They'll go at it again, the same pitch, and Irondale able to make the stop for no gain. Sylvester and Renteria closing in on the tackle of Rokes, and Irondale will take over on downs. Final score tonight in Fridley, Tutina Grace taking it to Elk River 35-7. Each team now 5-1 on the season. The Eagles coming out convincingly and winning after their shutout loss at Maple Grove a week ago.
Nice bounce back for Grace after, like you say, John, after that pounding they took from Maple Grove last week.
No, Irondale gets it back over on downs. First down and 10 from their 13. Completion, Mullen left side. And a good run down the left side to pick up out to the 27-yard line.
Here we see a good look on the bubble screen.
Kellner on the reception. That's his biggest gain tonight.
Does a nice job of running with the ball after catching it, which is a key factor in that type of play.
Gain of 11 out to the 25 for Irondale. Sloan will throw again. Short pass left side. Another completion and good run and catch. This time it's Nick Nelson.
So Moen taking a little bit of an advantage of fresh players in the game for Champlin Park, guys who are not quite up to speed yet. A couple of short passes, getting the ball upfield.
Gain of 9 will bring up second down and 1. Give to James here on second down, and he is stopped after a little or no gain. Although they did not need much for a first down. He looks like he'll be just a touch short.
Just a touch short. Yeah, just barely, not even the length of the football. But pretty well played by the defensive line that time. They really penetrated. They took a pretty good shot at Victor James.
Whistle, and we'll get a flag and a penalty against Irondale. Makes it a 3rd and 5 for Irondale. Drop back, throw, completion. A good grab on a high throw. Alex Kellner, his 4th catch of the night. And out to the 39. They'll move the sticks. It's a first down.
That's a nice jumping grab by Kellner, making that catch and getting turned and getting upfield.
First and 10 from the 39. Malone will give to James. 45-yard line to midfield and brought down into Champlin Park territory. Michael Cloud Granger on the tackle.
Nice turn up field as he got downfield by James that time.
13 yards.
Here he turns left and gets up field in very good order.
Throw intended for Black, and he started upfield before he had the football. It's incomplete.
Cannot do that.
Second and 10. Ball at the Champlin Park 48. Moan looking left, throwing deep down the sideline and incomplete. Trying to hit Kellner once again.
That's the second time he's overthrown Kellner on an open route deep downfield. Ball just up in the air, too long and too wide.
Third down and 10 for Irondale. Again with the 35-plus margin here in the fourth quarter. Anytime margin is then, we'll get running time unless a change of possessions or touchdown. And deep throw. And incomplete.
We just, as things are playing out here, I just want to make one quick comment, John. I know that there's at least one person.
Oh, wait, hold that play after this play. Throw incomplete to Black. All right, Bill.
Yeah, one person very interested in this game, and particularly the officiating crew, is my friend David Sinclair down in Melbourne, Australia, who's having breakfast this morning as he watches this game, and he's been following Channel 12 football for the last several weeks. So I'd like to say howdy to Dave Sinclair down in Melbourne.
So, and again, how did you get to meet him? You took a trip there,
We
right?
took a trip to Australia with our football team from Augsburg 20-some years ago, and David is a official referee in the Victoria Gridiron Association, which is American football in Melbourne, Australia, and he's actually an international level official. Has officiated any number of World Cup football games around the world. So it's nice to have Dave with us.
Killen handing off on first down, and Orlando Barbia with his first carry tonight. Barbia into Irondale territory. Gain of a couple. Bring up second down and 8. And give it to him again. And Barbia wrestled down after a pickup of 3 yards. Isaiah Baldwin on the tackle for the Knights. Third and 5 for the Rebels. They will go to 3-3 with this win. Big hole up the middle. First down and inside the 35-yard line of the 34. Pickup of 13 for the junior.
Boy, a nice run right up the middle of the formation there for Garbea, and getting a nice gain. Good opportunity for this unit to work together and get some playing time and start to get some rhythm with their offense.
Pitch goes back to Barbia, left side. He'll pick up 4 more to the 30-yard line.
Second down.
From the 30-yard line after that gain of 4. Inside of 2 minutes to go in the game, and I think they wanted to pitch it that time, but Killen slipping, and as soon as knee went down, the play is over. So loss of yardage back to the 35 now for Champlin Park. It'll be a loss of 6. Hand off on 3rd down and long. And a strong run up the middle. This is Rokes with a couple of carries on the last series. His best run tonight. He gets down to the 25-yard line.
They're just
might be just short of the first down.
And this coming up play will probably be the last play of the game.
Fourth and short for the Rebels. And a flag. And that'll stop the clock. Let's see what they've gained perhaps on the Rebels. Yep. Fourth down and 5+ now for the Rebels. Killen is going to throw the football. Going deep, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Fata Malone.
Better than a punt. Fourth down interception inside the 10-yard line.
Irondale will take over. They won't even get a playoff. That'll be the end of the game. And Champlin Park wins it by a final score of 38-0. So a good win for the Rebels, a game they needed after the game at Elk River last week when a total of 103 points were put up on the board. Unfortunately, they gave up 58. Tonight they gave up none against obviously a different team that they're playing, but still something positive to take for the offense and the defense away for the Rebels.
Exactly, and they really brought themselves together as a complete team and played a very complete game tonight, particularly the first half. They got out of the gate in real good order and really took the play to the Irondale Knights, and after the first quarter, Irondale really never was able to recover. They never got into an offensive rhythm. Their defense was on their heels most of the night, and that really kept the Champlin Park in the game and in control of the game.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with our post game in a moment. Champlin Park wins it over Irondale on homecoming night for the Rebels. More coverage of this game tonight from the Northwest Suburban Conference on Channel 12 in a moment.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes you.
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And Shelter Pets make super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a Shelter Pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Irondale shut out by Champlin Park on the Rebels' homecoming tonight. 38-0 our final score. Let's go down to the sideline. Allie Arlt standing by with 2 winning Rebels.
And a shout out it was for their homecoming. Kind of a really a relief to have such a nice score. And a big part of it had to do with this defensive guy here making lots of big plays so that you guys were able to shut out Irondale tonight. How were you guys able to do it on the defensive end of the ball?
We went out, we practiced the entire week as hard as we can. We set a goal for ourselves, and tonight I feel like we reached that goal, but that doesn't mean we're not going to keep on pushing ourselves until we get to our overall goal to win a championship.
Definitely. Did you feel like tonight was a little bit easier, or was it just as good of a competition as any other team out there defensively?
Any team can play. Irondale, Centennial, they all can play the same. We came out here, had a great night. And the odds ended up coming out in our favor.
All right, and as we had a big defensive stop tonight, we also had a lot of offense happening on the other side of the ball with our quarterback here, Jones. You had over 100 yards rushing today. What kind of contributed to you being able to kind of break that mold?
Our O-line, that's the biggest shout out there is. We pulled our center, and he went out there and he hit who he was supposed to hit, opened the seam, and I just ran through it. It was all them.
It was all of them. It was really an offensive and defensive combination tonight. It's a homecoming game. Is anything special happening tonight to kind of cap off this win?
We'll see. There's probably some parties going on, but the guys are going to stay together and stay out of trouble.
It's probably a good idea. What do you guys build off of this game tonight as you guys enter next week's competition?
We just take the momentum we gained, and offensively, this was probably one of our best games, so we're just going to build off of that and see where it goes.
All right. Congrats, you guys, tonight. Great homecoming win. Why don't you go celebrate?
Thank you.
All right. Back up to you guys.
Thanks very much. And Harrison Jones saying the right thing. Well, stay away from those parties. Stay together tonight and stay out of trouble on the homecoming night. Congratulations. Nice game for both Harrison Jones offensively with the 3 touchdowns, Trevor Long, and that defense playing well tonight, forcing some turnovers, and not letting Irondale get anything going all night.
Yeah, they really put it all together tonight, and a nice game, a nice win at homecoming for the Rebels.
So that'll do it for a telecast tonight from Champlin Park High School, and homecoming win to remember tonight for the Rebels. They move to 3-3 with the victory. Irondale drops to 0-6. For Ali Arlt, Bill Hunstock, and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks for tuning in for our live coverage of Northwest Suburban Conference football tonight from Champlin Park High School.
Thank you.